Man, what did I tell y'all, man? All right, man. Shout out to Aki TV. Edgar basically admits and tells Aki TV that he will be fighting Canelo in September. Didn't I tell you Canelo's next fight is already lined up? They used to do this back in the day anyway, in the Larry Holmes days. For the most part, they used to have their next two or three fights lined up, which it was easier to get those fights made back then without all the politics involved. So Edgar Berlanga already said wait till September. So Canelo will be fighting Edgar Berlanga. He will not be fighting David Benavidez in September. So don't even make no plans. Don't even make plans worrying about Canelo fight David Benavidez. In all likelihood, Canelo will be fighting Edgar Berlanga in September in Madison Square Garden. So, I told y'all I know what I'll be talking about, man. Y'all don't be listening to me, man. I told y'all that was gonna be the next opponent for Canelo Alvarez. Edgar Berlanga said he saw some things he can exploit, but how many times have you heard that Edgar Berlanga clearly doesn't have enough experience to beat Canelo Alvarez? This will be another textbook fight for Canelo. Canelo will drop Edgar Berlanga probably two or three times in the fight and win, another 12th round decision. At the end of the day, Canelo gets away with these type of fights. And this is why I keep telling y'all for the upteen time, just shut the fuck up about Terrence Crawford's opponent selections. Cause I don't want to hear this. And this is just real talk. So Canelo gonna get away with fighting Edgar Berlanga. That's why I don't want to hear nothing about Terrence Crawford fighting Boots or none of that kind of stuff. Because it is what it is. Y'all don't never have the same energy. Canelo, like he says, he Mexican. He can fight whoever he wants to fight. But Terrence Crawford, who happens to be black, he got to fight everybody that you throw in front of him. So now you heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Go to Aki TV. Edgar Berlanga said out of his own mouth, you'll see in September. So now at least we know who Canelo is fighting next. And as you know, Edgar Berlanga is a matchroom fighter. He is a New Yorker. So in all likelihood, that fight will be in New York, Madison Square Garden. So Canelo will be going back to Madison Square Garden. I probably won't be attending that fight. So, like I said, for me to come to the East Coast, it got to be a fight out of this world. So with that being said, you know, Canelo continues to get away with this kind of stuff. It's just a blatant double standard in boxing. Like I said, when it comes to the black fighters, they have to fight everybody and their mama plus one. They have to fight everybody that you think they can fight or should fight or are available to fight. But Canelo, he gets away with fighting dudes like Edgar Berlanga. He clearly has no. This is another dude that has no shot at beating Canelo. But Canelo, they will try to sell this fight as a guy who may have what it takes to finally crack the Canelo code, which he isn't. He won't. He's gonna lose. He's gonna get beat. But you'll have some people that will just say, well, Canelo has earned the right to fight who he wants. Well, based off what? Okay, so what's the difference between Canelo earning the right to fight who he wants, but Bud can't fight who he wants? Or some other people? This is exactly what's wrong with boxing. Canelo is held to a lower standard, not higher standard. He's held to a lower standard of opposition who he can and should fight versus Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford got to fight every guy they throw in front of him. And now you know who Canelo's fighting in September. Edgar Berlanga confirmed it, but didn't you hear me say a little while ago that that's who Canelo was fighting? And if he can't work a deal out with Berlanga, he'll fight Charlo. Told y'all. I told you. I told y'all, man. I've seen this pattern with Canelo. He's doing exactly what Floyd Mayweather is doing, and I guess Jaime Mugia might be Canelo's Sugar Shane Mosley, if you know what I mean by that, because you know how Floyd didn't like to fight brothers though. But Even though Jaime Mugia is far younger than Sugar Shea Mosley and he's younger. No, of course not. Of course, Terrence Crawford got to fight every guy that you think he should fight, and even when he beats him, it's always people said Terrence Crawford was afraid of Errol Spence. He didn't have no shot. Then he goes in there and he eviscerates, you know, Errol Spence, and then you hear just this long list of excuses why it went wrong and everything. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he fights Boots. Even if he fights Boots and he beats Boots, they're gonna say, well, Boots wasn't ready for Terrence Crawford. They're gonna say he was too green. I already know what's gonna happen. They're gonna make every excuse in the book. I'm not listening to these dudes that sit up here and say they believe Terrence Crawford is ducking Boots. He's not ducking Boots. But at the end of the day, Terrence Crawford, I feel Terrence Crawford has earned the right to big money fights. He made the fight that y'all all wanted him to have. He won, but yet that's not good enough. Y'all accused him of being scared of Errol Spence, which he never was. You accused him of ducking, even though it was obvious who was doing the ducking, who didn't want the fight to happen, which was the PBC, because they knew what was going to happen to Errol Spence. Errol Spence got beat from pillar to post. Terrence Crawford had him doing the stanky leg. I mean, Terrence Crawford was about to sleep Errol Spence, and Harvey Dock saved him. So, but getting back to Canelo, it's always a double standard. He get to fight these dudes. He get to fight Jaime Mugia. He get to fight John Ryder. He get to fight Triple G in a third fight that nobody asked for. Nobody wants to see him versus Edgar Berlanga. Nobody wanted to see him really against Jaime Mugia. Nobody wanted to see him versus John Ryder. But he gets to fight those type of dudes and get away with it. And then we supposed to just sit up there and not say nothing because he's Canelo. So what? And then you have some of the, and then what's so bad, you even have some of these black Canelo dick riders, that be sitting up kissing his butt. And Canelo is getting long in the tooth. And that's just basically the bottom line. And it just need to be said. So, but I told you, yeah, he could do whatever he want. Like he said, he Mexican. Like I said, let a black fighter say, hey, I can do what I want because I'm black. I can't believe he said that. Oh my God. Well, I feel like race shouldn't be part of this. And why does race have to be a issue? And I'm like, man, shut up. Shut your weak ass up. But in all likelihood, Canelo versus Edgar Berlanga probably will be announced probably within the next few weeks, probably early June, maybe sooner, maybe later. But now we know who Canelo's going to be fighting next. And I told you I was right. I told you. Edgar Berlanga already said that he fighting him. Go to Aki TV. He already said, I got some things that I could exploit in September, which means they already worked out a deal, which means it's already been a deal set in place, which means probably all they got to do is sign the contract. Probably everything has already been worked out. So Canelo, once again, he plays Beterbiev again. So once again, David Beterbiev. Listen, Chase. I'm really out there in the field, man, asking the questions, trying to find out, trying to get the knowledge. Just because I don't cover every fight, don't mean I'm not out there still trying to get answers and all that kind of stuff. I'm constantly on the phone with my constituents, everybody that I know that's tied to boxing. Now, there's some people I mess with. There's some people that I don't mess with. But I told you that Edgar Berlanga was going to be the next fight. David Beterbiev, this is why he to move on. He ain't getting no damn fight. With with Canelo. Just if I'm David Morrell, I should be promised the winner of that fight. But David Morrell, I'll put it to you this way: where David Morrell is one of them dudes. I kind of want him to play the background a little bit. He's gonna be one of them dudes. He gonna get better with time because he still don't have a lot of experience. But I think right now David Morrell would wash Edgar Berlanga. I'll put money on that. I'm gonna be honest with you. With I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I think Beterbiev's age is just starting to catch up with him. He's 39 years old. I think if he wins, I think if whenever the fight does happen, now they can make this fight in the States. Bring this fight to the States. Bring Bibble and bring Bibble and Beterbiev to the States. If they bring that fight to New York, I'm there. Just bring that fight to the States. And that's just real talk. I just think Arthur Beterbiev, he's just getting old and stuff. Like at the end of the day, he did had quite a few injuries. So you kind of got to wonder what's going to be left of him by the time this fight rolls around. He may have to put everything he has into this fight. Now I'm thinking that Bibble may actually have a chance because I didn't think he had a chance, but I think due to the fact that Beterbiev is just getting up there in age, I just think he may be falling apart a little bit, and that happens. Man, if they put that on the undercard, hey, don't be surprised. If they could put man. But now Wilder has been elevated to the main event versus Zali Zhang. So Wilder is now the main event guy. That would be dope. I still would favor Beterbiev just because of his punching power. But I think Bibble now has more of a chance now. But he still is going to have to fight damn near a perfect fight to win that fight. But when Bibble, you know, the thing is with Bibble, he's not a big puncher, especially at 175, where we know what Arthur Beterbiev can do because nobody's went the distance with him. And you still have to wonder, can Bibble absorb that kind of power? Can he take those type of punches? Nah, I didn't see it. I don't be checking for Carissa Shields like that. She probably what she do challenge him to a fight. Yeah, well, Tank. I don't know. I ain't gonna say Tank can't say nothing about Carissa Shields because Carissa Shields do be talking out the side of her ass a lot. You know, I hope you know. I'm just telling the truth. Yeah, Joshua Bibble gonna have to fight damn near a flawless fight. The like I keep saying, the problem is Joshua. It could be going very well for Bibble until Arthur Beterbiev lands something. You already know when Arthur Beterbiev gets in rhythm, then it's always the inevitable. It's like the beginning of the end. so, so that's the problem. We all know that Bibble can box, but the problem is what happens when he starts getting touched up. No, I'm gonna speak on Tank later because I got a lot to say about Tank. I got a lot to unpack about Tank, and I just think Tank is real pathetic. Tank is everything. If he tore a ligament like that, then he probably ain't gonna fight for a while. He may be done. Well, Tank just I'm gonna just be honest with you. Tank is just real disappointing. Um, just a lot of things he said. Just a lot of things he said. Some of the stuff he said to Frank Martin. I ain't the biggest Frank Martin fan because I believe in my heart of hearts that he ducked Shakur Stevenson, which he did. He not even getting paid what he was gonna get to fight Shakur Stevenson. It's not even close. And I don't think this fight is gonna sell very well on pay-per-views. I'm gonna play something that Tim Bradley said in regards to Devin Haney. And Tim Bradley was unfortunately Tim Bradley is being ignored because he told the truth. He's not downplaying what happened. But anyway, you guys, I'll be back later on. This your boy Town. Told you.